Yes, you guessed it. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of the last episode. Neil Breen's twisted pair was so bad that it turned my donut hole into a McFlurry machine. Oh, I can't take it. After that, I need something good to soak up the chocolate piss. Something dead. Something with a little heat to get rid of the cold chills of being sick. I need to review a horror movie. I'm thinking of a film with a dash of Lethal Weapon and a splash of Beverly Hills Cop, along with a slight hint of Tango and Cash. Then add a huge spaffing amount of fuck Neil Breen! Spaffing amount of zombies. Let's talk about a vastly underrated gem of a movie. Let's talk about action comedy horror Dead Heat. My bum's always on fire! My sphincter's on fire! I can't wait to review this film. That last one gave me explosive diarrhea. We've got... No! 1988's Dead Heat is an underrated oddball of a movie that I feel doesn't receive the recognition that it rightfully deserves. It came out of a time when slasher icons and horror sequels were all the rage. Movies like Halloween and Friday the 13th were at their 108th sequel, because people demand sequels for the horror icons while at the same time they complain that horror lacks originality. This, to me, makes some fans seem like a bunch of Tide Pod eating window lickers that fantasise about watching their mothers shave their legs while proudly wearing original 1984 Ghostbuster Velcro shoes, and then...
Get back to it, you're going a little off topic here. You're going a little bit off topic.
Alright, I'm just a bit passionate about all that BS, you know what I mean? Anyways, where was I? Me bum, he burns! Oh dear. Anyways, horror icons in the 1980s were all the rage, and today I want you and I to be buddy cops. Let's investigate and let me show you a movie that got lost in the shuffle of the sequels and horror icons of the 1980s. Dead Heat does not mess around. We're thrown into a robbery where these guys decide to rob a store wearing masks that resemble the tip of a tallywhacker that ventured into some back doors at one time too many. Our buddy cops, Roger and Doug, strut onto the scene. Doug's like Riggs from Lethal Weapon, while Roger leans into being more like Murtaugh. Anyhow, you sexy bastards, these naughty boys are getting pumped full of lead like T-1000s. They won't die, but Doug, being off the fecking chain, shoots a grenade out of this walking dildo's hand, and it proceeds to blow him to smithereens, while Roger crushes the other poor bastard with his car.
You're under arrest. You have the right to remain disgusting.
Are you sure that's necessary?
You can't be too careful.
And just like the crazy mismatched SOBs that they are, that use their own methods to obliterate naughty men, they have a love-hate relationship with their boss.
Unauthorized use of a city vehicle. Reckless endangerment of property and lives. Use of a non-regulation firearm.
That was me, not Bigelow, sir.
Disrespectful conduct. Flippant and tasteless verbal remarks.
That was me.
Fun facts. Do you recognize this building? Make yourself a nice sandwich if you do. This is the building from comedy flick Biodome. Doug is a guy that doesn't take himself too seriously. He's the one with the one-liners that thinks himself to be a bit of a ladies' man.
Oh, looks like the lady's going somewhere. Extra panties. Dead giveaway.
Where are we?
Although he's actually a raging pervert. This character would most likely get cancelled in today's world. Roger takes his job a little more seriously, while also having some BA lines for himself too.
Just stop by to reserve a body bag.
Oh, that's very good. Oh,
After having their suspicions of the dead rising, Roger and Doug head on out for some questioning.
Good afternoon. Police Detectives Mortis and Bigelow.
Sorry to interrupt your erection, pal, but we'd like to speak with the management of this facility.
Doug, being the rascal that he is, does a little snooping around and gets into the old fisticuffs with this fine-looking beast. It turns into a handicap match and Rog loses his life, leaving Doug all alone in this cruel world. Don't worry about Doug though, our boy Rog is brought back from the dead. What's the catch, I hear you ask? Roger only has a few days before his body begins to rot.
Oh
Sounds
dear.
lovely.
And then remember when you put your cock in that rock?
Alright, shut up, mate, shut up. Fun facts, Dead Heat was supposed to be an incredibly gory movie, but it suffered numerous cuts in order to receive an R rating instead of an X. Oh, I can't handle this anymore, I can't handle it. What does this resurrection machine have to do with the plot? Well, Vincent Price. Yeah, I said it. The horror legend with a voice that can melt butter, Vincent effing Price, made this machine so it can take over the world. When I say take over the world, I mean rob stores. Doug is played by Saturday Night Live's Joe Piscopo. Joe Piscopo. Sounds like a Pokemon. A wild Piscopo is in the area. Anyway, let's get on with it. This Piscopo is the highlight for me in this movie. His style of humour makes for a fun movie that breaks up the movie from scary to fun in seconds. Dead Heat isn't a scary film, but I do think it'll disturb an audience of a young age. So be a good parent, do parenting right and show it your kids. Roger brings in the best action. He's a blue-collar gentleman that when pushed to his limit can go crazy with the flip of a switch. Roger is played by Treat Williams and continues to have a fantastic career and stars in this glorious bastard of a movie, Deep Rising, and others like Once Upon a Time in America and Streetcar Named Desire. IMDb the chap is in tons of stuff. Yeah, come on then, it's that time of the week again. Let's fall into the fucking cesspit of Twitter and see what people have to say about Dead Heat. Right, Tiffany Muller. Tiffany Muller. I spend more time thinking about the movie Dead Heat than I probably should. Finally, somebody on Twitter saying something nice. Something nice about a film. I agree, love. I absolutely agree. I did as well. I was thinking about Joe Piscopo all freaking day. Oh, Joe Piscopo. Lovely. Oh, it's that sexy, hairy bastard. Dr. Wolfula. Dead Heat's not such a bad movie. I mean, it's a bad movie, but just for the absurdity of it. It deserves a watch at least once. I didn't think I'd be watching it a second time though. It's Wolfula approved, so get it bloody watched. Here is a woman that everybody loves. She's just perfect, beautiful, perfection, a woman. Diana Dawson in Mail Girl. Dead Heat, baby. This movie. There you go. It's another reason to watch it. Go on then, there's one more biopic of her. Dead Heat 1988, an action comedy movie. This does have quite the moments of horror aspects, with the practical effects and having Vincent Price in it. A cop movie like no other, and it's on Prime. There you go, it's on Prime. Go check it out, but watch the rest of this damn review first, or I'll come and get you. Anyway, let's get on with it. After finding out that he has a ticking clock on his life before his body starts rotting, Roger and Doug decide that there's only one thing left to do. Mother truckers must pay. Roger starts turning pale because he's dead, so they make a quick stop.
So, what color did you get?
Mulberry wine.
It's a good choice.
Brings out your eyes.
Go to hell.
Roger and Doug almost get assassinated by two homeless crackheads. I've got to say though, I do adore the practical effects on The Living Dead, and I love that they keep deteriorating. Roger realises that for now he's invincible after getting pumped full of lead. The next scene is the dog's bollocks. Doug and Rog get into a little fisticuffs in a butcher's shop, where zombie chickens, pigs and cows attempt to brutalise our boys. This scene is like Barbara Crampton. Oh, it's glorious. It's like something ripped out of a Hellraiser film. This is where Roger's love interest notices that he's hurt.
Lady, I'm fucking dead.
Roger is a freaking badass, and I'd like to take him for a lovely cup of Yorkshire tea and make him some footlongs. Oh, footlongs. Roger and Doug split up, so Roger can do some of the old investigating. Roger goes back to Dougie Doug's and finds Doug sleeping with the Fishers. Roger finds out that somebody's just stepped out of the shower, so he goes in for a try of the old naughty. And she's turned on by him, and she's so turned on by him that she gets wet, right in front of him. She fucking melts. Being the true gentleman that he is though, he simply stands and watches so he can try to get a peek of some zombie boobs. Fun fact, Joe Piscopo is extremely fetching. I'd love to take him for a nice seafood dinner and then go out to meet his parents. Well, it's more of stating the obvious. Roger's name is Roger Mortis. Rigor mortis, yeah, you get it. Roger finds out that the local coroner is in cahoots with Vincent Price, but without my boy Doug to out Roger, Roger gets caught, but he quickly escapes in classic Roger fashion. Look at how badass Roger is. Look, just look at him here. This is how you do a damn zombie cop. The practical effects team have knocked it out of the park with this. I need to show you this scene. It's the best zombie v zombie gunfight to ever hit the screen. My boy Rog finally catches up with the big bads, but then unexpectedly has a sub-boss battle. These bastards have brought my boy Doug back from the dead.
Doug. Doug, you're alive.
These bastards have brought my boy Doug back from the dead to try and put Roger to an end, even though he's already dead, but yeah.
Doug, remember the lipstick? Mulberry wine brings out my eyes.
But our guy sees sense.
He said I should hurt you. But I'm gonna hurt him.
Nobody puts Rog in a corner. Unfortunately for Roger and Doug, the scumbag POS takes his own life. So guess what Roger and Doug do? Use the resurrection machine to bring him back to life so they can kill him all over again. Badass if he done right. I just want to kiss him though, right on lips. Oh, I do, bloody lovely, lovely. Oh, lovely. Then, like the two BAs, Vincent Price offers them eternal life, but they turn him down and shoot the shit out of the resurrection machine and head off out into the sunset to rot and die.
I do love happy endings.
I bet you do, you dirty bugger. I like sloppy ones too. Dead Heat is a movie that brings back memories of my childhood sat up late at night with my brothers and friends trying to stay up late, drinking cups of coffee, while watching marathons of old horror movies that now hit me in the old nostalgic feels. Dead Heat, for me, belongs in the same league as horror comedies like Shaun of the Dead and Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Dead Heat was also made in an era where it was sequel-mageddon. And to be honest, I'm really happy that this didn't have a sequel, and it just ended with them both walking off into the sunset, ready to die. It was refreshing for its time. Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo were a real treat as buddy cops. Dead Heat delivers a sexy balance of horror, action and comedy. It was made in an era where comedy had no barriers, which I love, but it will offend you if you're delicate in nature, which is fine. Just won't be for you. But if you love buddy cop movies and horror, then this is right up your chocolate alley. My friends, check out Dead Heat. It'll make you feel saucy. Do yourself a favour. You're missing out on life if you don't see this film. Anyway, speaking of being dead and being in heat, here's what's next.
Horrified by the motion picture Frankenstein. In 1935, horror turned to terror with The Bride of Frankenstein. In 1990, the makers of Basket Case and Brain Damage bring you...
Want a date?
Frankenhooker. Jeffrey Franken has a plan.
I just want to bring you back, Elizabeth.
He has the ingenuity.
I need female body parts.
He has everything he needs, except the raw materials.
Just hold still. Excellent. Oh my God. Bunyan!
Wow! Jeffrey's creation is alive.
Looking for some action?
Oh, yeah.
She's sexy.
Want a date? You going out?
I'm on my way home, but thanks anyway.
And she's sutured to please.
Listen, I'm looking for a very tall, attractive woman. She's purple. She's got fresh scars on her. She's in the bar!
Now, a motion picture like no other. A tender story of love and romance.
Want a date?
A gripping tale of lust and revenge. Frank and Hooker.
Incredible.
Some assembly may be required.
Anyhow, what did you beautiful luxurious bastards think of this review? What did you think of the movie? Have you seen this movie? Do you like horror? Do you like buddy cop films? If you do and if you don't, let me know in the comments below. You have a fantastic week and I will see you next time. Siddy, join our damn cult. Oh, I need some ointment on my butt. Oh, it's so sore. So sore. Also, if you hit subscribe and hit the bell, I'll make you a lovely bacon sandwich.